Good morning, welcome back to the channel. This morning you find me in Loweswater in the beautiful Holme Wood on the edge of Loweswater in the Northern Fells. I've come out this morning just after sunrise in the hope of getting a little bit of light. I was here a few days ago, just before sunset, and I caught some gorgeous images over the lake. But in the wood itself, Holme Wood, they say the first step to making an attractive woodland photograph is to find an attractive wood, and I've certainly done that here. It is an absolutely beautiful place, and it seems that every time you move 50 yards the wood changes in texture and character completely. It's just gorgeous. Just coming into autumn colours now, not really turned, but I'm hoping to find the occasional, say, yellow tree against a grey background or something of that nature, something. A little bit disappointed this morning. I was hoping for some fog, mist over the lake, fog in the woodland, something like that nature. Nothing of the kind has happened. There is some very high cloud, about 9,000 metres I understand. Some lovely sunrise colours earlier on, but not a great deal if I'm honest. The sun's not above the fell ridge yet, so hopefully in half an hour or so, perhaps some light cast through the woods will be useful. But to start with, I stopped at this spot on the edge of the lake where we've got a couple of overhanging beech trees, a little bit of colour in the leaves, gorgeous mill pond reflections on the lake at the moment, which is really nice. So I'm trying to capture some of that. The problem is trying to get the camera high enough so that the sky, which you can see above the fell opposite, isn't in the frame, because when it is in the frame the highlights just blow out completely. And then the branches and the leaves that are in the sky space become very difficult to bring those back in. So I'm trying to get high enough to look down so I can catch the reflection. The highlights in the water, you can see behind me, aren't nearly as bad. But then obviously you've got to try and capture enough of the branches so that the reflections make sense. Otherwise you just have a reflection with no original. So the point of the reflection is kind of lost. So it's not sure how this one will work out, but I'm going to give it a go and see what we can do. Oh man, this woodland photography is hard. I mean, properly difficult. I'm really struggling. I've not come out in the best morning, I have to say. As I say, there's no mist and fog. Casting, you know, that moody that allows you to moody stuff in the woodlands and allows you to separate, you know, the tree in the middle from the tree in the background, that sort of thing. The sun's only just started to come above the ridge and started to cast some side light again, and I've stopped here in this particular spot because let me just turn you around and show you what I'm looking at. So I'm looking down the hill there, and I've got that tree there, and then beyond it you can see the ground is sort of bumpy and ridgy, and then there's some gorgeous brown bracken behind and some lovely autumn colours in the background. And I've zoomed in on that. I've got my 2870 on at, what have I got it on? About 50 mil or so. Oh, and I've just come in, and as soon as I do that, the sun goes behind a cloud and all of the light that's being casted on the little bumps and stuff disappear completely. So now it's just a plain field with some bumps in it, which isn't really what I was after at all. Hang on a minute, the sun's just coming out again. Let me just fire this one off. If I can find the button. There we go. That could be better, and it's coming brighter again. Let me try another one. So I've got, what have I got? F11, obviously, as always, and about a quarter of a second, something like that. And I'm focusing on the tree in the middle ground. It's about 20 yards away from me. The sun is behind that tree, so I'm not getting any direct glare onto the lens. Let's see how it turns out. I'll see if I can make something of it. But man, this woodland photography is hard. I think I'm going to have to take Thomas Heaton's advice for the rest of the morning and stop looking for compositions and just go for a walk. I don't know if you get a chance to see Thomas Heaton stuff on YouTube. He's awesome. He's an amazing photographer, and he's got an amazing attitude to photography, and that's one of his things. You know, when things get difficult, stop looking for it, stop pressurizing, just go for a walk. If you get a photograph, you get a photograph. If you don't get a photograph, you've gone for a walk. You've gone for a lovely walk on what is a spectacularly lovely morning. It's just not playing ball for photography. But let's see how this one turns out. So I've stopped for one last shot. I thought I might as well. I've taken a couple more as I go along. If they're any good, I'll drop them in. There was a couple of nice spots that I found that I'll probably come back to when the light's better. But as you can see, the light's in and out at the moment. The sun has come out again. It keeps coming out for about 3 or 4 seconds. So what I've done is over my shoulder, you'll see there's this lovely orange beech tree with a couple of green, not yet quite faded trees around it, and then that lovely branch in the middle of it kind of thing, which is coming out grey. So what I've done is I've put a 200mm lens on and zoomed in on that to try and isolate it. I've taken one with a 70mm as well, just getting some of the lake in the background. I'm not sure if that's going to work. We'll see how that goes. If it doesn't work, I won't bother showing it to you. But I'm quite optimistic about this shot where I've zoomed in and just focused on the branches. That looks like it might be a nice shot. There was about a 3 or 4 second window there where the sun came out and lit the tree up and set my manual settings completely awry. So I've taken a few different 1/20th, 1/40th. I think 1/40th of a second when the sun came out, probably nice. A 20th of a second blew out the highlights on the grey branches when the sun was out. So we'll see how that goes. If not, I won't bother showing it to you. And we'll come back again on some other day when hopefully there'll be some mist and some moodiness in the forest. In the meantime, we'll see you next time.